Uber drivers went on strike today in protest against the company's recent fare cuts. They say Uber keeps cutting how much drivers make on each ride while increasing how much the company gets. CBS 2's Diane Macedo was at the rally outside Uber headquarters in Long Island City.
Money and the freedom to be their own boss. But after the company lowered prices 15% on Friday, drivers say Uber's taking them for a ride, cutting what drivers take in while increasing its own commission percentages.
I will just ask American public, if their salary is decreased by 45% in 2 years, how will they feel?
One big point of contention, Uber requires drivers to have cars that are at most 5 years old. So many financed new ones at rates that seemed sensible when they were making more money.
I see guys who have paid car who cost $20,000, pay $60,000. They just sucked into this for the next 5 years.
Still, Uber says the new fares benefit drivers, telling them in an email last night, quote, partners spent 39% less time waiting for a trip while online this weekend when compared to 2 weekends ago. Our goal was to turn your unpaid time online into paid time, and we have already seen a 20% increase in hourly earnings for partners.
But drivers say Uber's failing to consider that the more they drive, the more expenses they incur, like gas and car maintenance, and that there is a limit to how many hours one can work in a day.
This driver says he worked all weekend with virtually no breaks and still made less money than usual.
End of the day, I couldn't even make $200.
That's before expenses. And the New York Taxi Workers Alliance says this will extend far beyond Uber.
Why do you say this is a race to the bottom?
Well, once you have a large player in the industry lower its rates, then there's a desperation for everybody to start lowering their rates. So what happens to the drivers?
The Alliance is now urging drivers to keep their Uber app off at least until tomorrow. In Long Island City, Queens, Diane Macedo, CBS 2 News.
Uber declined to comment today, but told us earlier that if they see that the new pricing isn't working out, they could return to the old fares in a few months. Drivers at today's protest say that change will have to come much sooner if Uber expects them to stick around.
Coming up.